Hello loyal subjects, how are you today? Today I am going to be reviewing Landline by Rowell. Yes, I finally read it. This, if you do not know, is an adult contemporary novel. It follows a woman named Georgie McCool, who originally was planning to go spend Christmas with her husband Neil's family in Nebraska, but then she and her writing partner get offered the dream opportunity to make the sitcom that they've been writing since they were in college. So Georgie decides to stay and work, so Neil takes their two daughters and goes to Nebraska himself. Georgie is very concerned about her marriage and she ends up spending a lot of time at her mum's house. There, she tries to call Neil on her old yellow landline phone and she reaches him 15 years in the past, back when they were still dating. It was loads of fun, it was awesome, I loved it. It was, I will say, my least favourite Rowell book, and I'll go into those reasons in a minute, but if that sounds like an interesting premise to you, then I urge you to go read it and then come back and discuss with the rest of us. So, Landline. This is her second adult novel, and I can now say, after reading all of her books, that I prefer her in the young adult genre. I'm not sure if this is because I'm 18, so I relate more to the characters, or if it's just the storylines that she writes, but either way, Fangirl is still my favourite, then Eleanor and Park, then Attachments, and then Landline. So the things I liked about Landline. Obviously we have Rowell's signature writing style. One of the main points that people always make when they review her books is that her characters feel like real people. They feel like they have their own problems, that they have their own ambitions and their personalities are really fleshed out, and Georgie and Neil were definitely that way. Another thing that I really enjoy about Rowell's writing style is that she just writes so quickly. We don't feel like we're ever reading something irrelevant. It all feels like it's supposed to be there, and it contributes to just make these wonderful stories that warm your heart, and you're never really depressed when you're reading her books. You're just on this cloud nine happy train, just roller coaster that only goes up, my friend. My favourite part was definitely the part when the pugs start giving birth and Georgie is running over in a fluster to her sister, and then the pizza girl ends up helping them deliver the pups. That was really funny. I really liked that Georgie was a more outgoing character than what we're used to, because usually Rowell's main protagonists are quite shy, reserved characters, don't put themselves out there that much, a bit insecure, and Georgie definitely had her insecurities, but she was a much more fun person. Mainly probably because she writes sitcoms and comedies, so you kind of have to be out there and fun if you're gonna be a comedy writer, am I right? The only thing is, I was so interested in that, but it felt like we never really went too far into her job. We saw how her job affected her marriage and how it influenced her relationships with other people, but we never actually learned that much about the show that Georgie and Seth were writing, and I wanted to know more about that, because passions are such a cool part of characters. When a character loves something, you want to get to know what that character loves so that you can love it too. And it just felt like we didn't get to see that much of the actual writing of the show in the book, so that was a little disappointing. Another thing is, even though Georgie is a comedy writer, I didn't find myself laughing that much throughout reading this book. It had a bit more of a sadder tone, because we see the problem right from the beginning is a struggle in the main character's marriage, and so we're learning like the high points and the low points and how they met and all that kind of stuff. Georgie is in a constant state of, oh my god, my marriage, my husband, my kids, what am I gonna do? You know, she's not feeling that great, so in return we aren't really feeling that great either. At least that's just how I felt when I read it. I wish we could have seen more from Neil's perspective, because Georgie spends so much time in the book talking about Neil, and we have these two tiny little scenes from Neil's point of view, and I think that would have been a lot better insight into him and into how Georgie acts in the marriage from his point of view. So if we could have just had maybe a little bit more than those two tiny snippets from him, I feel like that would have fleshed out the story a bit better. Also, this book isn't that long. It's like 300 pages, but in that time, it doesn't feel like a whole lot happens. I mean, a lot of this is like backstory and getting to know who they are, Georgie and Neil, but in the present day, it was just kind of this constant loop of Georgie saying like, oh no, my marriage, oh no, I'm going crazy from this telephone, oh no, the show isn't getting written. Like, I felt really bad for Seth because he's really pumped that they've finally gotten this opportunity that they've been waiting for years, and she's just completely out of it. And I wanted to know at the end, like, does she get the meeting with the executive guy? Do they get their show on TV? And we don't get those questions answered. I mean, I hope that they do, because it would be really sucky if after 19 years, is it, of writing this show in their heads and talking about these characters, that they missed an opportunity because Georgie wasn't with it. I mean, I completely understand why, you know, she wasn't in the zone to write, but I don't know. I mean, you've had this dream for so long, and it feels like she didn't care that much about it. I thought Seth was definitely carrying more of the weight in that department. Oh, I really liked the scene that we got with Kath and Levi helping Georgie. It's like they're engaged now. It was really cool to get a look at them, because I'd heard about this cameo appearance from the two of them, but I didn't realise at first that they were them. You know what I mean? So yeah, those are my opinions on Landline. Don't think that because I had some criticisms that I didn't like it, because I did. It was just not as good as her other books. But in other Rainbow Rowell related news, all those who are fans of Fangirl will be very excited to hear this. Rainbow Rowell has announced that her next book, which is coming out September or October of next year, is going to be Carry On. Yes, that's right, as in Carry On Simon, as in Simon Snow. Rainbow is writing a Simon Snow novel. It's going to be a romance between Simon and Baz, and oh my god, we are getting a fantasy book, gay love story from Rainbow Rowell. Does this not blow your mind a bit? I wonder, is it going to be like these Simon Snow books, or is this Kath's fanfiction? I'm guessing it's her fanfiction because they're gay. But I was so excited when I heard that news. Oh, I'm not sure how that's gonna go, since Simon Snow is like Harry Potter. Is there gonna be some copyright issues there? Either way, excited. So I will see you next time. Goodbye.